In this Mads Picks video, I built some plays to win because we have not had a win since the 4th of September. So before I get into the video, I want to thank everyone who is watching, especially those who have subscribed and anyone considering hitting the like button. A couple things to note. I am trying a new app today. I'm going to be trying some new apps over the course of the next few days. And again, these apps all have promotions going on so that you can try them out without getting too deep in your pockets. So we're going to talk about that app later, but let's go ahead and get into my picks for today. So today is kind of a really nice day because we have the final games of the WNBA regular season. The playoffs start Sunday. I believe I'm going to go live either Wednesday or Thursday of next week during one of those WNBA playoffs. So we'll definitely see about that. But I think it's going to be Thursday. I'll be sure to update you on that and we'll make some live picks during that. So I'm taking Jayden Daniels for the 30 rush yards. Taking Terry McLaurin for his taco play at the 35 receiving yards. I'm taking Jordan Love for 10 rushing yards. That play just looked really interesting to me. And then I'm taking Kaila Charles at the 10 points. Now again, with the final games being today, a lot of these starters aren't going to have a lot of minutes for the teams that have their playoff positions pretty much locked up, and Golden State is locked into the playoffs. So I expect to see some good production from Charles. And Courtney Williams is a starter, but I do think she'll be effective in the minutes that she does play because she is a competitor. So give me Courtney Williams at her 22 PRA. So that was our first pick. That was a 5-pick flex play. Let's go over to our next one. We have a 3-pick power play. Now, Janelle Salon is a starter, but I do think she'll also be fairly effective, and these are pretty easy numbers for her, as you can see. So I'm taking Janelle Salon at the 18 points and rebounds. And then someone who I think is going to have a great last regular season game is Paige Bueckers. Dallas is not in the playoffs anywhere close to it. They're actually the last team in the league, but I think Paige will have a great game against Phoenix, who I don't believe they'll be playing many of their starters for very many minutes at all. So I'm taking Paige at her 27 PRA. And I'm taking Courtney Williams at her 5 rebounds. I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly. So next up, I've got another 3-pick power play. This one is strictly NFL for tonight's game. I'm taking Josh Jacobs for a touchdown. I'm also taking Zach Ertz for a touchdown. And then I'm going to actually double up on Zach Ertz and give me his receiving yards at 35, I believe, with Packers defense, at least what they showed on Sunday. I think Jaden's probably going to take a lot of check downs, so I think Zach will be there to catch those. And next up, we have sort of a lofty play here. This is a 3-pick demon power play. Go ahead and give me Jayden Daniels for 2 passing touchdowns. I also like the 6 rebounds for Janelle Salon. And then I'm bringing back Kaila Charles at the 10 points. Okay, so now we're going to start getting just a little bit wild here, but I do have some reasoning behind these. Give me a 6-pick flex play here. That is a 21x. Courtney Williams at the 10 points. Give me Janelle Salon again at the 6 rebounds. Kaila Charles again at the 10 points. But in here, I'm adding Veronica Burton at her 20 points and assists. She averages about 6 or so assists a game. And then I believe she can score some points as well, double-digit points, and her assists, I think we can get that. Give me Maddie Seegers at her 14 points. I think, again, Dallas overall will have a pretty decent game. They don't really have a bench to begin with, so their starters will play a lot no matter what tonight. That being said, give me Paige Bueckers again at her 27 PRA. And then my next pick is just the power play of the previous one. Next up, I have another wild power play / flex play. This is a 6-pick one. I did both, but honestly, these look pretty decent to me. So let me know what you think about this one. I really have a good feeling about Zach Ertz for a touchdown. I do think he and Jayden will be on the same page tonight, and they'll have to be with that pressure that Green Bay is going to bring. Give me Janelle Salon again at her 6 rebounds. Give me Kaila Charles again at her 10 points. Veronica Burton again at her 20 points and assists. Paige again for her 27 PRA. And Courtney Williams for her 22 PRA. And then I have a little bit toned down one, and the only reason why I called it toned down, it's the exact same one, but instead of Courtney Williams PRA, And then I'm taking Janelle Salon at just the 5 rebounds instead of the 6 rebounds. So same exact thing, just switching that up. So now that we've talked about that, let's talk about the Betr app. So I'm trying out Betr, and what I like about it so far are just the amount of bonuses, discounts, offers, and whatnot. And then on their player props, they again just have plenty of discounts all across the board. The only thing they don't have on here directly on the app are going to be like the last 4 or 5 game stats for the players, so there's nothing to see there. I like the red dots though for whenever there are live games going on. So looking at the actual lineups that I have, this is just a one I did for NFL Strictly. This is for today's games and Sunday's games. So Deebo Samuel for the 50 receiving yards. I'm taking their discounted play for Jayden Daniels at the 1 passing yard, and then I'm taking CeeDee Lamb for the 78 receiving yards. And I'm taking Khalil Shakir at the rushing or receiving touchdown. But for our picks that I have today, this is what I have. Here's what that pick would look like on PrizePicks. So I have Zach Ertz for at least a touchdown, Jayden Daniels for his 30 rushing yards, have Jordan Love on theirs. It was discounted, so I don't know if it counts more or less, but I'm taking him at his basically 200 or 201 passing yards. Janelle Salon, they had her at the 2 3-pointers made. They don't have that on PrizePicks. They just have her at the 3 3-pointers. Courtney Williams' PRA was the same at 22, and then Nafisa Collier for the 6 rebounds. I don't believe Fee will get a lot of playtime today, but this is what they had. They have more on there now, but earlier today they didn't have a lot of player props for WNBA. I'll continue using this until I either win big or just go through all of the necessary money on Betr, but I'm also looking at Dabble and the FanDuel player props app, so that's something to look forward to. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you all for watching, and as always, best of luck.